Hey divas, welcome and welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video, and today we're going to see how well did I do with my budget for the first week of January. So if you like budgeting, cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings, challenges, every and all things that have to do with your money, I would love for you to subscribe, but more importantly, don't move. All right, Diva. Well, the first week of January is complete. Today we are working out of the Budget Savvy Planner. This is my budget planner I created. You can find this in the link down below. So we're going to easily just flip over to our budget. This is my wallet that we'll get to a little later. But a couple things I want to go over here with you today. We are going to close out paycheck number 1. And we're also going to check my wallet to see if I have any money left over, girl. So first thing we're going to do is going to come over here to the actual column. So the blue is what actually occurred, okay? So the first column is budgeted, because what we like to do here, we like to budget our money before we actually start to spend the funds. And then I'll come in here and put the actual numbers. I also like to use round, like whole numbers when I'm budgeting. It's just easier for math, but then when the transactions actually hit, I'll come and put the actual numbers in. So before we are able to tally everything up, I want to go to my expenses. Shout out to these tabs, girl. It just makes it so much easier for me to get right to where I need to be. So there's a couple things that we need to do before we can close out our budget, and I want to do that with you. And that's to highlight my transactions. It just makes it very easier for us to identify which categories I'm spending my funds in. I have this cute little thing I got from Walmart. I didn't even take a tag off, girl. It was easy for me to organize, and since I'm like doing my videos on a separate desk, I just wanted to have something small and very easy for me to reach and get to. But more importantly are my highlighters that you guys saw me set up last year. So I am prepared to come in here and highlight each of my categories, and you know, group my transactions. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this all with the highlighter method, and then I'll come back and we can discuss what I just did. Okay, now that we highlighted all of our expenses, let's make sure that everything is accounted for on our budget paycheck. But the beauty, again, about having this as a, you know, a discount, I could just peel this up, move it over here, girl. So I just want to make sure I've accounted for everything. So very easy for me to just come down and see all the income. I just want to make sure I have written all the income in, which I have. So now let's go ahead and total up what I actually brought in the first week of January. Okay, so I actually brought in $16,448.95. And that was because my 52-week savings challenges that I completed in 2024, I deposited into my bank account this week. So that's why I got a bump up of an extra $13.78. But girl, I spent that money right away, and I'll show you all of that in a second. Okay, next, I just want to make sure that every transaction I have listed is somewhere accounted for in on my budget. So if you see here, I have little check marks. This is because as I'm doing my daily updates, and sometimes it doesn't happen every day, girl, but more than likely it does, I'll just put a check mark. So that lets me know that, yep, it's here, and I put it here. So I'm just going to make sure nothing is on here that I forgot to add here, like any major bills or something like that. I'll get to the variable expenses in a second, but mainly like bills. Okay, so right off the bat, you can see here the blue means that it wasn't part of the original budget. So I had 2 extra expenses this week that I was not anticipating. The first one I should have remembered, or I should have thought about it, is my cruise final payment. We are going on a cruise for spring break, and my final payment was due January 1st. That was $1,873.46. This is why the 52-week savings challenge came in, because I used that money, girl, to pay for my cruise deposit. Now I'm off a couple of $100. I actually do have savings challenges I did not unstuff yet, so I will make up that difference somewhere. But it was almost a wash. It was, what is it, $500 difference. I mean, just because I saved a couple dollars every week. So girl, if you're not doing the 52-week challenge, 26-week challenge, some kind of challenge, you need to do that and set aside a couple dollars where and when you can. So that expense was unexpected. And then I had an ally card. I forgot to list it. And you know why I forgot? I'm going to take accountability because I didn't do my debt payoff tracker yet. That's why I forgot about it. Okay, so those are the two major expenses, or two expenses that I did not account for the first week. The only thing we haven't done is the Apple subscription. Now, as you can see here for the date, I don't put a date because I tell you, Apple charges me all the time. So I projected $30 this week. Girl, I didn't even want to tally it up without you because I think you may think I'm exaggerating when it comes to my Apple subscription, okay? So again, using the highlight method makes everything very easy for me to see. As you can see here, the latter part of this is all Apple, okay, within a matter of days. I'm going to tally everything up, and I'm going to tell you how much I paid Apple in these first 7 days of the year. I paid Apple $64.95. Okay, $64.95 this week, which is insane. That is double what I thought it was going to be. Do I know what every single charge is? No. Is that irresponsible of me? Yeah. I need to figure that out. I know I have like ChatGPT or like an AI app on my phone. There's some things that I want to keep and I know is really a business expense, but with Apple, you can't really separate which app goes to which card. So it's kind of all jumbled in here. But I really need to break this down. I know some is storage. I really need to figure this out, girl. Apple has a chokehold on me and I just can't be released. Okay, so now that we've figured out all of our bills, I'm going to go ahead and add up exactly what I spent, my actual, and see how close I was to my actual, my budgeted amount. I already know I'm going to be off for this Royal Caribbean cruise, but let's see, aside from that, how well your girl did. Girl, we spent $8,096.04. Let's subtract that from our actual income. That means I have $8,352.91 left. That's a lot. I need to take a drink on that. It's coffee, but it still was much needed. Okay, let's continue to move on. So now that we have our actual amount, let's go ahead and bring this over to the variable expenses. Okay, so now for groceries, it's going to work just like the bills. Okay, we're going to go through, look at the expense tracker, and total up to see how much I've actually spent in groceries. So again, very easy because my expenses are categorized and it's color coded, okay? I'm just going to pull this out for now so I don't have to keep flipping it over. Okay, groceries. So right here is where groceries starts for me. So $269.17 plus $62.23. Okay, again, I'm just going to put a little mark next to it because I want to make sure that I account for it. Groceries, another groceries, $13.49. Groceries at TJ Maxx. Girl, you ever go to TJ Maxx? Well, I know you go to TJ Maxx, but when you walk down those aisles, they always have like those nuts and those sort of like delicacies you don't really find in the grocery store. And I'm on my wellness journey, and they have good package size, like trail mix, like healthier snacks that taste good. So I picked up a few things from TJ Maxx. So okay, So this week I spent $344.89 in groceries, which is more than half of my groceries. But we had absolutely nothing from December, the holiday season, girl. We were depleted. Okay, next is eating out. Let's see how much I spent in eating out. So I spent $4.47 in Costco. We had sushi for dinner, actually last night, the last night of this week. And make sure I spent $19.50 on McDonald's. So we did good. We spent $48.97. My budget was $50, so that worked out. Household, I budgeted $400. Let's see how much we spent. $753 plus $322. I had to pay an HVAC guy to come over because remember I told you guys I'm in the middle of my basement remodels, so he's not done, but I had to pay him for his initial visit. So that was that. Nothing over here on household. Okay, so for household we spent $93.85. Okay, allowance, girl, this week allowance was only $200, and let me explain that to you, because I'm not forcing my kids to do what they need to do around this house. It was a couple days before they went back to school, but I'm not paying them kids if they don't do the work. So I did take the cash out for $233. So I did give my husband his entire allowance. We get $30 a week, so I gave him $120. I kept my $30, and then my bonus son, we transferred him $50. But these kids in this house that reside here, they haven't done anything all week. So I'm gonna show you guys what I did with their money. I put it in here. I put in my savings challenge, and this is what I said I'm gonna do. I said this year I'm still gonna take out their money every week, because if they do what they're supposed to do outside of school, I will give them their money. But if they don't, girl, I'm gonna put it towards something else, and that's my savings challenge. So their money's right in here. And I told them I don't back pay. So when they do their stuff this week, they're gonna get paid for this week. There's no retroactive pay up in here, okay? Next is gas. So let's see what we did. $46 for gas. And then we did go out and we just used a supercharger for the Tesla. That was $15. So I believe I went over this week. Oh, not too much. Anything else? No. So I budgeted $60, so we actually spent $61.64. For the kids this week, lunch money is what we have to put on their account. I think I told you guys I put $10 every week on their account. Yep, okay, that's all I spent on them this week. So, not too bad. Fun. Okay, fun. I took them to the movies. I think I might have told you guys that last week when I set this budget up. And so how I do it, girl, is we have AMC, we have Regal, we have all the things nearby, but I rock with AMC, and that's because Costco rocks with AMC. Costco, okay, you can see right here, Costco, I spent $73.98 to get $80 worth of, well, more than $80 worth. So $73.98. So $73.98 got me 4 movie tickets and $40 gift card to use towards vending, not vending, but you know, the snack counter, popcorn, all the things. And then it was 5 of us that went to the movies. I took my daughter's girlfriend with us, so I had to buy extra tickets. So nonetheless, out of pocket, I had to spend $31.74. So that's $31.74 for 5 people. Everyone had a little kids snack pack, and I spent $105. And I would have spent more, but I fumbled the bag. That's a long story. Okay, I'll tell you real quick. So when you get the AMC card, even if you go get a physical card, you still have to set it up on your you still have to set it up, and you get sent an email. So when I got sent the email, because I did 2 cards at once, they were kind of back to back. And the thing with emails, I hate when they just like combine all your emails together, because I do this play all the time. So I was scrolling through, I was seeing gift cards and tickets from like back in November, and it was just a hot mess. The line was getting long, so I just said forget it. I'm just gonna pay for this extra ticket, and I know I have an extra ticket on my gift card in my email. So it would have been about $10 less than that, but I still think to get 5 people to the movies plus popcorn and soda and all the things, $105 is still a good price. Okay, miscellaneous, $7.24. Coffee, girl, we definitely went over in coffee. Spent $13.18. Okay, beauty. Let's see what we have going on in beauty. We have $115. I know you guys see the Christmas nails are gone. And anything else in beauty? Oh, plus $7.53. Beauty. Anything like soap, all that stuff I put in the beauty. $122. Not that kind of soap. I guess I could have put that on the household. I bought some bubble bath, but I put it on the beauty. That's okay. Shopping, it was not something I budgeted for this week, $83.30. Even though I did budget for it in my monthly, I did not budget for it here in my weekly spending. And I just want to make sure I have everything else here. Oh, my dog, she crept up on me. I bought something for her, $14.05. I'm going to put that down. She's also a variable expense. So I just put 0 in the budgeting column because I did not budget to spend money on her this week. And in the actual, I'll put what I actually spent, $14.05. Okay. Okay, so make sure I counted. Make sure I counted for everything. Okay. Okay, everything here is accounted for except for my savings challenges. We'll get to all of that. Now, there's one thing here. I bought a mug from Kroger, and I used my card, but the mug was really for me. It's a Starbucks mug, girl. I don't need it, but it was $6, so I got it. So I just want to pay myself back. So this is what I have left of my allowance. So it says $5.99. So I'm going to pay myself back. And that is here. Okay, this is my payment bag. This means I'm gonna put this towards my credit card payment or whatever I have to pay. So I'm paying myself back. I'm not gonna track this in my weekly tracker because I shouldn't have never used this to begin with. But nonetheless, I wanted to make sure I paid myself back there. Okay, so now we have all our variable expenses listed. Let's go ahead and get an actual to see what I spent during this first week. Okay, I spent $11.25.37. So subtract that from what our actual remaining balance is. 8,352.91 equals. So we have 7,227.54. And again, the reason that there's such a large difference is because like my groceries and beauty, some of this is like the budget for the entire month. So I didn't use all of it. So that's, you'll see me roll that over in paycheck number 2. All right, let's go ahead and move this amount down. So we're working with 7,227.54. Okay, as far as my sinking funds, you guys would have seen that video. So I did use these exact numbers. Okay, my 52-week challenge and my 100 envelope challenge, that money is in here as well. I did not stuff my savings challenges yet, but I do have the money for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and say yes to that this is how much I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm going to leave this blank for a second. Why did I say that? Okay, I'm going to leave this blank because I want to see if I'm going to add any additional savings. I want this video to run smoothly, but it may not run as smoothly as I would like. But I just need to do it this way for right now. Just give me a second. Let me get my thoughts together. So now that we did our variable expenses, what I want to do is if there's any money left over, I want to put that towards my savings challenges. But I also want to be able to capture that in this part of my budget to see how much more additional savings that I'm doing. You understand? So we're kind of like in a commercial break, but we're still getting stuff done. So let me just go ahead, open my wallet. Let's walk through some categories and see. I hope this runs smoothly. So for groceries, we budgeted $600 for the month, right? And it says I spent $344, so we're just gonna round up, $345. So I should have $255 in here. If I don't have $255, that means I owe myself some money. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 240, 45, 50, 55. Okay, we have $255 in here. So groceries is all set. So I'm keeping that in here because this has to last me for the rest of the month, okay? Eating out, so I spent $50. I spent $48.97. So I have $50. Let's see how much we have in here. Okay, so I'm really supposed to have $1 in here. This means I need to pay myself back because I used my card, okay? This is going in my payment bag, okay? This, though, is going rolled over. This I'm going to put towards my savings challenge. So there's nothing in eating out. Household should have $0 in here because I spent $93.85. Now, even though I probably spent some of that on my card, which I did, like when I paid the gentleman and everything, I didn't have cash for all of that. So again, $93.85. I need to pay myself back. Okay. Beauty, I spent $122. I budgeted $300, but I only took out $150. I only took out $150 cash. So it's minus $123. So I should have $27 in here. Let's see. 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am over. So that means I owe myself some money. So I should only have 27. I'm just gonna change it here. Put this 10 in here real quick. Okay, so I should only, so again, I don't want to mix things up. So I should only have 27 in here. That means this $8 I need to pay myself back, which makes sense because when I was in TJ Maxx and I spent the money for $7 something, it was on my card. So that makes sense. So now we have $27 left. So with this $27, I could do one or two things. I can keep it, right? Or I can put it towards my savings challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep, I'm going to put $7 towards my savings challenge, and I'm going to keep $20 for next week, okay? For gas, I spent all the money, so everything should be gone in here, which it has. Miscellaneous, I spent $7.24, so I should have $2 in here. Okay, I have more than $2, so this means I owe myself some money. I'm putting it in my payment bag, and then I leave me with $2 left. I'm going to put this $2 towards my savings challenges. And that is it. That's all the envelopes I have. Put my wallet away. So now my wallet is cleaned out, okay? I just wanted to take care of that. So this money doesn't count because I need to pay my card back because I do use my card. And the way I just did it will be prime for someone that they use a credit card and you kind of want to use the cash stuffing method too, is that just take the cash out, use your card, and just pay yourself back. I know it may seem redundant, but again, just knowing that I have to put this cash back and pay something is a little bit easier for me just swiping the card with no accountability. So this would stay here, and this payment has to go back to the bank or to the card, whatever it is that I used. Okay, now this money is the money I wanted to get to. It wasn't a lot this week, but it all adds up, girl. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this $10 is my additional savings I'm going to do. That's the number I was trying to get to. Okay, and in fact, let me take that back, because the other additional savings is my kids' allowance. Okay, that was $33. I know I'm making this probably a little bit more difficult than it needs to be, but I just want to make sure I'm accounting for every penny I possibly have. So I'm actually $43. Okay. So in here, just so we make sure all my numbers add up, and I probably won't do it like this again. Let me know in the comments if this is just too convoluted. I don't want to make budgeting overwhelming. Okay, this is my first week out of January trying to do something new. So in this envelope, I should have, okay, without even counting, let's see, I should have my $30 for my $100 envelope challenge, because I did not do that. I should have $10 for my 52-week savings challenge, and then I should have an additional $43. So hopefully, if I did what I was supposed to do right, I have $83 in here. So let's see. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Hey, okay, we did it right. Did you guys see that? We did it right, girl. We did it right. Good. Good. Perfect. So in actuality, this week, I want to make sure I account for how much I'm saving. Because if I can account, you know, how much I'm paying in debt and everything else, I want to give myself a pat on the back for the money I'm putting away as well, you know? So that worked out. Look at that. So we're putting away $663 this week. Okay, let's take away $663 minus our actual balance, $7,227.54. So we're at $6,564.54. We're gonna bring that down here. Okay, now this is one other thing I want to talk to you guys about. My plan was to pay off this Credit One card, but as you can see, I only paid $30. That's because one of my other debts that's not due until later in the month, for me to pay that off, it was $236. So I said, girl, let me get the win with this and just pay this one off in full. So this one I will tackle later this month, hopefully, but this one is paid in full. So this section is actual additional debt and savings. I figured this was a good place to put that there. So we did pay that, and I do have that on my expense tracker. So now we're just going to subtract that from this, and then that'll let me know what my rollover is. Okay, so when I add these two together, it should bring me right here back to the 6,564.54. And when I minus that, I have a zero base budget. Okay. So when I start paycheck number 2, this will be my starting balance, $6,564.54. So we started the month with $16,000 after I paid and did everything, girl. Okay, I'm very grateful for my income. But you see, I'm down to $6,500. I have a lot of things going on, a lot of things that we're working on. So we have to plan accordingly. So that is how you close out your budget. Put this aside. Now, I do have one last step here in this process, and that's at the end of each month, you get a weekly check-in sheet, okay? So what you do here is you write in all your categories, and then I'll just write everything that I spent that month in that category. So where do I get my budgeting categories? I'm glad you asked. We're going to come right here to our finances. And these are my budgeting categories right here. Okay. Very easy, very simple. But I'm actually gonna pull it from here so I can just do two things at once. This is our yearly spending tracker, which has all of the categories. I'm gonna pull this out. I could have done it the other way too. I could have pulled out this and moved it over there, but nonetheless. So I'm gonna copy all of the categories real quick, and I'm gonna fill it in, and then I will come back and walk you guys through. Okay, my categories are filled in for the month. So you only have to do this step one time for the entire month, and then you just fill it in as you go along. So this though I am gonna pull out because it just makes my life easier. Okay, so some things we can get right off of this page right here. So the income this week, I am not going to include my rollover because that really isn't income. I already had that in my account. So I'm just going to subtract that from this. Okay, oops. So my true income this week is this 15,244.81. Okay, some of the things that I already filled out for me that I can just copy right from here is like the groceries. Okay, we already did the work. 344.89. Eating out, 48.97. Household, 93.85. Personal, which is like beauty, 122.53. Kids, we spent $30. Shopping this week, we spent $83.30. Miscellaneous, we spent $7.24. Fun, we spent $105.72. Family, which includes coffee and allowance, probably gonna add that up. $13.18 plus with allowance plus 200. Oh, I could have done that, man. $213.18. Okay, now now we have to do a little bit of work. Well, savings, nope, we know that one is, we did 66300. Okay, so let's see the things that we did. Travel, I know right at the bat we paid for this trip. So 1873.46. Sashi, she was unexpected. We paid $14.05. I didn't do anything in giving this week. And I didn't do anything in wellness this week. Nothing in holidays. Okay, everything else we have done something with, so we have to, and I don't think I did anything in investments this week. Oh, and let me take that back with the savings. My kids' savings and my savings is $300. So that makes this, let's add 300. That's $963. Oh, I'm just screwing up, guys. Sorry. My daughter's trip. This is why it's better if I did it from the expense tracker. I'm sorry, this ended up being a long video. Okay, let's just go down the line. So home, trust me guys, I do typically have it together, but I'm just trying to refine my process and I still have some kinks. So home, plus 31. So this week I spent $2,648.22 in my home category. And my debt category, okay, so this week I spent $5,549. Okay, business, the only thing I did this week in business in this account is that second house we have, $537.82. Okay, subscriptions are all my subscriptions. Let's go ahead and add this up. Hey girl, I spent 100. Oh my goodness. $122 on subscriptions this week. Transportation includes my car notes and gas and everything that we talked about earlier. Okay, insurances. Okay, we spent $316 this week on insurances. Well, I know the kids right because the kids is inaccurate. I spent $191 on my daughter's soccer fee. I spent $150 on this Girl Scout trip. And then the $30 for lunch. So I actually spent $37,180. Okay, now we got it right. Okay, now let's total this up. I don't know why I feel like I'm short so many categories. Last year I was down to the bottom, but I think I really did consolidate my categories some. Because, I mean, I had a lot of categories before. I think taking away from the coffee and the allowance, I was breaking up my sinking funds and savings challenges instead of just having it as savings. So all of those changes made the category bucket much smaller, which is fine by me. Okay, girl, last step and I'm gonna let you go, okay? Let's go ahead and add up and see what we spent this week. Okay, so I spent $9,975.48. That's what it says. And that's it, Diva. Let me put this back. My yearly tracker. Now, I will be able to fill this out at the end of the month. So once I fill out that weekly check-in sheet, all right, once the weekly check-in sheet is completed, okay, then I'll have my monthly total, and then I can go back to that yearly tracker and fill that out. So I'm gonna pop this back in here real quick. Like I said, Diva, I know today might have been a little all over the place. I'm gonna try to have a smoother process next time I close out, but I'm just trying to account for what I can, where I can. I'm not going to keep you here for this part, but what I'll do now that we're done, okay, for the monthly budget, some of these things I can come back and fill in. Okay, I can come in and fill in our actual income. I can come in and fill in my mortgage amount, right? Because I know for my mortgage, I'm not going to pay that again. 261723. 261723. So as these things start coming in, I could just come in and fill in the actual. So I don't have to wait till the end of the month to, come back and fill this stuff in. So I'm going to do this off camera. And as the weeks go by, I'll just come in and fill in the things. Now, the things that are ongoing, like groceries, I can't fill this out now because I still have 3 weeks worth of groceries. You understand? But the things that's like a one and done, like insurance, I'm not going to pay insurance again. Now, look, girl, this home insurance, I budgeted $85. This thing was $91.16, I believe. $91.61. So now next month when I do my budget, I'm going to remember like, oh man, they raised my home insurance, my home warranty. So when I budget next month, it'll be $92 because I like to use round numbers. So you see, that's how everything works, girl. So thank you so much for staying to the end. Like I said, girl, I know it was a long one, but if you stay to the end and you haven't subscribed, I would love it to be part of my channel, part of my journey. And hopefully you took something away from this. If you do not have a budgeting system and this seems like something that is easy and doable and something you would stick to, I would love for you to, place an order down below. You can find this in the link down below. And those of you that have it, I hope you guys are using it. And I hope that it's helping you so far in these first couple weeks in the new year. So the next thing that we're going to do in the next video is I'm going to set up paycheck number 2 for the month of January. And again, that'll just be a continuation of my current income just rolling over throughout the month. All right. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.